Hey everyone, welcome to TH Academy. Hope you guys are fine. So, in today's video, we are going to discuss a very important concept that is taxation. We will discuss its meaning, types, examples, and importance in a very simple and easy way. So, let's start from the very basics. Every country in the world needs money to run, to build roads, hospitals, schools, and provide services to the people. But where does this money come from? The government doesn't run a business. Instead, it collects money from its citizens in the form of taxes. So, taxation simply means, here we go. So, taxation simply means the process of the government collecting money from the people and businesses. This collected money is called tax revenue. And in return, the government uses this revenue to pay for public services and national development. Think of it like this: we all contribute a small part of our income, and the government uses that to make life better for everyone. That's why taxation is one of the most important systems in any country. So, now let's discuss the key takeaways. Now, let's look at the key ideas behind taxation. Taxation means compulsory payments that every eligible person or company must pay to the government. You can't choose whether to pay tax. It's a legal responsibility. The government uses this money to fund things like education, healthcare, defense, transportation, and public welfare programs. So, basically, if we talk about its types, so there are two main types of taxes. First one is direct taxes paid directly by people or companies like income tax or corporate tax. Number second, indirect taxes, which are included in the price of goods and services like sales tax or import tax. Also, it's important not to confuse taxation with auditing, because auditing is checking financial records to see if they are correct, and taxation is all about collecting money to run the government. Each country has its own tax system, but the purpose is always the same: to support the country's development. Now, let's discuss the types of taxes. All taxes are mainly divided into two main groups. First is direct tax, and the second one is indirect. This classification depends on who pays the tax directly to the government. Direct tax. Let's discuss each one in detail. Direct taxes are those that you pay directly to the government. These are based on how much income you earn or how much wealth you own. So, the more money you make, the more tax you pay. It's a fair system that ensures everyone contributes according to their capacity. Common example of direct taxes are income tax, that is paid by individuals; corporate tax, that is paid by companies; wealth tax, capital gains, gift tax, and paid on wealth, profits, or variable gifts. So now let's take a closer look at each one. First one is corporate tax. Corporate tax is when a company earns profit, the government takes a certain percentage as tax. This is called corporate tax, and it's a major source of government income. Second one is income tax. This is paid by individuals based on their yearly income. If you earn more, you pay more tax. This system is also called progressive taxation, which we will discuss later. Next one is wealth tax. This tax is charged on your total wealth, your assets like houses, cars, jewelry, minus any debt you own. It's a way for a government to reduce inequality and ensure that people with more resources contribute more. Next one is capital gains tax. When you sell an asset, for an example, a piece of land or some company's shares at a higher prices than you bought it, you make a profit. This profit is called a capital gain, and the government taxes that profit. So basically, it includes a capital gain tax. Next one is Gift tax. If you give someone a valuable gift like property or large sums of money without expecting anything in return, that's also taxable. The idea is to prevent people from avoiding tax by transferring wealth as gifts. Now, let's discuss second one, that is indirect tax. Indirect taxes work differently. Here, the tax is not paid directly to the government by the individual. Instead, it is collected by the seller or producer and then passed on to the government. For example, when you buy a mobile phone, the price you pay already includes some tax. You pay it indirectly while buying the product. That's why it is called as indirect tax. Now, two common examples of indirect tax are, first one is import duty or import tax. So, import duty or import tax charged when goods come into a country from abroad. Next one is sales tax or VAT, added to the price of goods and services you buy. So every time you make a purchase, you are contributing a small part to the government's revenue. So basically, these are the two main types of taxes. Now, what are the benefits of taxation? Now you might be wondering, why do we even pay taxes? What's the benefit? So taxes are like the fuel that keeps a country running. They are used for building infrastructure like roads, bridges, and airports, maintaining schools, hospitals, and universities, supporting law enforcement, the police, military, and intelligence agencies, protecting national security through defense spending, promoting public welfare programs for the poor, elderly, or unemployed people. In short, paying taxes ensures that society functions smoothly, safely, and fairly. Without taxes, there would be no public service or development. So now, let's explore some more specific types of taxes that exist around the world. First one is income tax, paid by individuals and businesses on the money they earn. Second one is corporate tax, charged on company profits. Third one is capital gains tax, that is applied when you make profit from selling assets like property or shares. Property tax, paid by people who own houses or lands based on their value. Inheritance tax, paid when someone inherits wealth or property after a person dies. Sales tax, VAT or GST. These are taxes on goods and services. Every time you buy something, part of that price is tax. Each of these taxes serves a specific purpose in helping the government manage the economy. So now, let's discuss the types of tax rate system. First one is progressive tax. So basically, taxes can also be grouped based on how the tax rate changes with income. So there are three main systems: progressive tax, proportional tax, and regressive tax. First is progressive tax. The more you earn, the higher percentage of tax you pay. This system helps reduce inequality, like rich people contribute more to support society. Second one is proportional tax rate system. Everyone pays the same percentage of their income no matter how much they earn. It's simple, but it doesn't reduce inequality as much. Third one is regressive tax. In this system, people with lower incomes end up paying a higher percentage of their income as tax. For an example, if sales tax is the same for everyone, it affects poor people more because it takes up a large share of their income. So basically, there are three types of tax rate system. Other forms of taxes are ad valorem tax and specific tax. First one ad valorem tax. This means according to value. The tax is a percentage of the item's price. For example, VAT of 20%. If something costs more, the tax automatically becomes more. This is how it works. Second one is specific tax. This is a fixed amount of tax per item, no matter its price. For example, a 20% tax on every long distance flight. Whether your tickets cost 200 or 2000, the tax amount is the same. So basically, these are the two other forms of taxes: ad valorem tax and specific tax. So now, let's wrap up everything we learned today. Taxation is a system that keeps a country alive and functioning. It provides the government with money to build roads, fund schools, ensure safety, and create jobs. Taxes are not a punishment, they are our contribution to the nation. When citizens pay taxes honestly, the countries grow stronger and fairer. So remember, taxation is not just about money, it's about building a better society for everyone. So, guys, this is it for our today's lecture. Thank you for watching this complete explanation of taxation on TH Academy. If you found it helpful, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to TH Academy. Let's make education simple and global together. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.